Welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. It is such a joy to feel your presence, to witness the synergy of your individual, collective fields emanating out from the phenomenality of the brightest light signatures that you each and all are, that you each and all have. We see you here on these planes, our planes of existence. We see you here illumined and illuminating. You have no idea, we think, how far your light reaches, how you can be seen clearly as the light you are. You are each a song, a light signature that describes, that is also a song of who you are, beyond your pain, beyond your stories, beyond the divergences from your natural, innate, internal harmony. All of those overlays that create a layer of rewiring in you, where the breath of oneness moves in an alchemy through your centers, your meridians, your pathways, your energy biology, in a divergent way, in a way other than your natural golden template, your natural golden blueprint. All of those overlays tell stories, and there is such magnificence and beauty in those stories, even in the pain, and we see that. We see the why of those stories, and we are in awe. Awe that you would allow yourselves to come so far into these dimensions of duality, of separation within yourselves, from all that is, from each other, from the earth you are born of, to explore what it is to forget, how you are interconnected seamlessly within all the multi-dimensions, within Gaia, within all of life, within the beyondness of the formlessness. We see how this journey, this exploration has woven overlays over and above your divine golden blueprint. Overlays containing divergent alchemies, wiring you to perceive, receive your experiences in certain ways, to respond, changing what you desire, what you scripting what you believe, and unwriting your own memory your own innate, direct, internal connection to the beyondness of all that is, to the interconnectedness of all life with each other, so that your very biology supports you, your mental functioning supports you, your emotional responses, your emotional response matrices, and your physiology supports you in experiencing yourself within a kind of abyss, a voidal emptiness in some respects that is constantly being reinforced by your sensory input. Your sensory range is by default mostly limited in order to support this experience that you are separate. We find you phenomenal for this. Because each of you carries an internal conflict, because each of you remembers and knows deep down you cannot be separate. You do not exist in isolation. Your internal systems depend on the ecology of multiple other systems of which you are scientifically aware. It's like your minds are telling you this and yet storing the information somewhere separately from your ability to directly know it and experience it as your reality. And this is why you have seekers among you. Because humanity keeps its memory in other people. It employs people. As a conscious collective, humanity employs people, gives them a role, the role of remembering. And because so much has been forgotten, there is an awful lot that requires remembering. And so you have many, many different seekers. Wise people, shaman, channels, mystics, holy people, those who live inside their own direct connection to the moreness of existence. Each of them tasked with remembering a constellation of something different, unique to them, as though they are the living Akashic library, the living Akashic memory of all that is. So that while most of you walk through your sensory enforced experience, your mentally and emotionally reinforced experience, and your physically reinforced experience of being separate, there are those of you who can't forget, whose job it is to remember for everybody else, so that when the time is right for an individual to remake that direct connection within themselves, enabling them to re-experience the seamless interconnectivity all around and within them, they have already guides on hand who have written books and posted memes and got onto their podiums and spoken about this experience from their own points of view. Now, of course, you can only really have your own point of view. Each of you are a refraction of an infinite consciousness, a lens within oneness, perceiving from a point of view. So how can anyone else's experience possibly cater fully to support you in yours, when what you're here to do is remember, reconnect, re-perceive and respond from that space of being reconnected, whatever that means to you, whatever degree personally that means to you. There is no set bar, no measurement that can be applied in these situations. You cannot take the experience, perception, remembering of another and impose it on somebody else and say, hey, this is the mode, this is the median, this is the average you should be conforming to now. And if you don't share these perceptions or these ways of seeing or these experiences, then you're divergent somehow, or you're falling behind. Now, I know a lot of you who hold the codes and keys of remembering oneness, interconnectivity, the seamlessness of breathing with all that is, the multidimensionality of existence. Many of you living within that field of direct experience share an anxiety that there are those in the world who are not, and feel that somehow the saving of the human race depends upon more and more and more and more people waking up and realizing the same as you. Now, we say this gently and with love. No one can realize or perceive the same as you. And for many of you, that would make you feel dangerously lonely. So you form groups and you form tribes. You create identities and you give yourself security in being recognized and recognizing others, so that you know you are not alone. Do you see the contradiction in this? You are realizing the interconnectivity of all that is, but many of you with other human beings, unless they realize the same as you, can feel alone. And we say you are never alone. What connects you is not your unique point of view. That's what distinguishes you, each of you, one from another. And you can be distinct one from another, whilst also being inseparably, seamlessly, interrelationally connected. You can. It is where you come from that unites you all. It is that you are still part of a seamless, interconnected fabric of one consciousness experiencing itself. Your prophets always bring you this reminder. But it is not that two people will see alike. And that is the beauty. That is the aliveness of planet Earth, where human beings are a constant activity of exchange, information exchange. Oh, what are you seeing? What does it look like where you are? Okay, well, this is what I'm seeing. Well, what happens if we bring those points of view together? What happens if we face each other with them? What happens if we stand side by side with them? What is the synergistic creation that comes from us communicating these different points of view we share? Where they have points of correlation, where they have points of conflict. You are a living, breathing alchemy of oneness in a song of creation with itself. And what you create is utterly unpredictable. No one, not even us, your watching guides and consciousnesses, can truly predict what you lot will do next. You are the living surprise. It is your choices, what lives in your heart, what makes you unique, that gives rise to what you will decide to be, to do. We show up to remind you that underneath everything that's happened to you, you are the light you have always been, unbroken, untampered with, untouchable. You are this light, and you are unbelievably radiant with a reach beyond measure. The light you are interconnects throughout the dimensions, beyond the limits of your measurable, imagined reach. You cannot know how far you transmit. You cannot know the extent to which the rays that emanate from you are interwoven cosmically, multidimensionally, throughout the earth, in the galaxy, or how your resonant emanation pulses in the fabric of pure potential, in the beyondness of oneness. You are the field. It's what lives in your hearts that creates each moment you all and each experience. Not just your hearts, loves, your minds, your bodies, your multidimensionality. For as human beings here, believe it or not, it is your multidimensionality and the divinity beyond that is always creating your reality, alongside all that you physically are. And you are not a meat bag. You are not some... We hear this term used and we find it amusing. You are not some construct walking through a projected terrain. You are the focal point of infinite oneness, downstep through the dimensions, walking around here in physical form. You do not end at the limit of your skin. There is a fine line between where you shift from being oscillations of light to being woven, tangible, touchable matter. You are made of patterns, activities, sets of instructions. You are the universe breathing itself into being, moment to moment, ever renewing. You are a cascade from beyond the stars into the planet. You're woven of rock and stone, river and earth, plants and animal. You're the breath of the sky. Wherever you touch, you leave ripples. You pulse your rhythms and patterns into the rhythms and patterns of the landscape of frequency all around you. You live in a moving, breathing mandala. You dance as the light and the song that you are. We love you dearly. It is our delight to bring you these messages and speak frequencies in the language of words, so that what may be delivered is what may be required. What reaches you is what's for you. This is our intentional prayer before we open communication lines. And on closing, we send our love out as radiance to enfold you and vibrate with the love that you are. And know yourselves to be, for all of you are made at every microcosmic, macrocosmic dimension of yourself of love. Together, you make a tidal wave. When you sing in your hearts, when you celebrate, when you come together with a purpose to be uplifted and to uplift, you make a tidal wave of love. We love you. We are the Star Alliance. Thank you for letting us speak with you this day. Whenever you listen to a channeling, a transmission, watch a film, watch a video, read a post, sit with somebody else in conversation, whenever you are receiving transmissions from another, and this goes for this transmission too, we suggest always place a little attention in the sensation of breath in your body and keep attention returning here. If you want to deepen this internal listening experience, place a little attention in your belly, at the base of your spine, and in your toes, your feet. Imagine the breath reaching your belly, the base of your spine, your feet and toes.